how old were you when you started playing golf?
I was 6 years old. Yeah, my dad got me into it. Both older sisters played, so I think they started when they were probably around 10, and then I started at the same time when I was 6.
Amazing. And for you, how important is being healthy and looking after your well-being for golf?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've really probably realised it over the last few years. I think I definitely took for granted not warming up your body properly before playing golf. And then as I've got older over the last few years, kind of suffered with a few injuries. And it's definitely from not, activating the right muscles before playing golf. And now I've cleaned up my diet. I exercise and work out a lot more regularly and, stretching and things like that. So definitely really important.
Yeah, so talk us through a warm-up for you on a typical day, if you're playing in a tournament or if it's just a practice day. What do you do first thing?
Yeah, so I went to see a physio and they basically gave me a routine, 2 different types of routines, just so it doesn't get boring, that I have to do, whether it's before practicing or whether it's before a round of golf. So what I like to do is I try and always book hotels that have a gym now, or some kind of equipment. Like most hotels will have a bike. I'll go on the bike for 5 or 10 minutes just to warm up the body. And then I just get into loads of activation exercises. So I travel with resistance bands, and I have a full routine of just activating the muscles. So I always activate my glutes. I have to stretch out my hips, stretch out my back, and you should be able to walk on the first tee without actually hitting a shot on the range. You don't act like your practice session on the range, you don't actually need that. It's more just warming up the body, and I'll try and do that in the gym before going to the first tee. That's
brilliant. And then what do you do after a round? How do you stretch out to make sure that you haven't got any injuries going into the next day?
Well, we're very lucky when we play on tour that we have physios. We travel with them compression legs, so all of them different recovery really helps. I'll try and go in the sauna and steam room, which I also think really helps for recovery. But again, just stretching after the round. I'll also go in the gym after the round as well and do a little cool down of, again, back on the bike. And I also do like to go to the gym while I'm away at tournaments, because I think it's good to, keep your body moving. I think if you rest too much, you kind of make yourself more tired. I think it's good to just keep going. Nothing overly strenuous. I know kind of the zones that I need to keep in when I'm exercising now. So zone 2 is just keeping a steady pace, I'm not getting really out of breath. And that is what I try and do when I'm away at tournaments.
That's amazing. So you're in the gym before you play, you're in the gym after you play.
Yeah.
This woman is amazing.
but like I said, they're not strenuous workouts at all. They're literally just getting the body warm and then afterwards having a really good stretch out. So, I'm ready for the next day.
And what about days off? Do you have recovery days? Do you do active recovery? What's your sort of rest period?
Yeah, so when I'm at home, I always have a Sunday off the gym. So I don't go to the gym really at all. But I will do still my activation exercises, because I've suffered with a bad back over the last couple of years. That's a non-negotiable. I have to do my exercises, my activation work with the resistance bands every day. Otherwise I'll suffer with my back for that. And like I said, that was something I took for granted for my first 5 years on tour. I never really warmed my body up. I just thought, seeing all the other girls with injuries, that's never going to happen to me. And then speaking to physios, they're you had to do all of that work, otherwise you pay for it later in life.
Yeah, that's so true. And what about diet? What are your must-haves and your must-not-haves?
First thing in the morning, I have to have electrolytes. So amazing. But yeah, I have to have hydration, electrolytes first thing in the morning. And that is something I've done more recently since I've started upping my fitness. I do a lot of running now, so that is something that first thing in the morning I have to have hydration drink. And then diet wise, I eat anything and everything. I'm not a fussy eater at all, which I'm very lucky. And I have no allergies to anything, so I am very lucky in that way. But I try and live a healthy lifestyle. I don't really, eat fast food or anything like that. I do I'll have a cheat meal once a week, but that's maybe having chips with a meal instead of,
salad.
But yeah, I eat a very balanced diet. I eat fish, meat, I eat literally everything. But yeah, in a healthy way.
Brilliant. And then when you're on the course, obviously always walking, how many steps do you try and do every single day?
So I work with a fitness coach, and she always says to me it's a minimum of 10,000 a day. If you can hit 10,000 a day, you've moved your body in a good way. When I play a round of golf, I'm probably hitting like 20,000. So it kind of depends on my rest days when I'm not playing golf or not in the gym. I try and hit minimum of 10,000. And then on the other days, I'm always around 15 to 20,000 because I'm out walking, I'm out running or in the gym. So
yeah, and then when you're on the course and also when you're running or in the gym, how do you always stay hydrated? Do you have a certain amount of litres of water you drink every day, or do you measure it at all?
I used to, but I think because I used to have like 2-3 litres, but I think now that it's just in me, like I just drink a lot of water now because I was so conscious of doing that. And I used to be someone that never used to drink enough water. So when I started working with my fitness trainer, she's like, you need to drink a minimum of 2-3 litres a day. That's now become like just part of my routine. So I don't even have to think about it now, which is nice.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And with the MGP drinks, what is your favourite flavour?
That's a tough question because I love them all. I do think the lemon and lime is probably, I do think that's probably my favourite. But I do think it's quite nice to switch it up. Like if I've had this for so many days in a row, I'll then want, okay, maybe I'll have the apple the next day, like just to change it up a little bit. But yeah, like just awesome from the golf course.
Come on then. Go on then. Hello.
On the golf course, hydration-wise on the golf course, do you have like a bit of a strategy that you go to? Is there like I must have a hydration drink here, a bar here, or however many holes is there?
For on the golf course, like everyone tells you different things of what you should drink or what you should eat. I was someone that never used to eat on the golf course. So I'm someone that needs like little and often, not just like, I see some people like have a sandwich on the golf course. Like I can't do that. It just makes me like sluggish and tired. So I'll take like a handful of nuts or like dried fruit and mix it. And I'll literally have it every few holes just to keep like energy levels going. Usually always have a banana. And then, like I said, just hydration drinks. It can get a bit boring drinking water all day, which is why it's quite nice to have like the flavour in the drinks to, you know, get it a little bit more exciting out there.
Keep it interesting. How many hydration drinks would you typically drink during a full round?
Probably one, maybe 2. Depends how hot it is, I think. I think it depends on the weather, where you're playing. I would have, like, if it was a hotter country, hotter climate, maybe 2. And then also drinking like water between. And then, like I said, first thing in the morning.